don't even want to turn around and face you guys because I'm just too ashamed to speak. Otherwise, I can't scream. I was going to ruin my voice. I can't scream out loud. I feel like I don't want to destroy shit in my room. I'm just too embarrassed to be watching this because I had to rewatch this abysmal again. There's a reason why I haven't watched this in so many years, and perfectly understandably why. You already know the title. You already know what I'm getting myself into. There's a perfectly good reason why a lot of people enjoy this as a comedy more than a straightforward thriller, horror film, suspense, whatever you want it. Stop it. Stop it, I said. If you wanted to walk to the website, stop for my knee keeps on freaking shaking because it is just on adrenaline rush because its own heartbeat is beating too damn fast. It's about to have a freaking heart attack. See, it's really tapping the floor right now. See it? Stop it. This is the reason why M. Night Shyamalan, M. Night, good night Shyamalan, you know, you should go to sleep for the next fucking 100 years and never wake again, stay in the freaking coma for all you want, and sleep all you want. In the nighttime. M. Night. This is the reason why he's one of the worst directors of all time for me. I don't know how people can defend this guy or give this guy a pass. I don't see why this idiot can still continue making movies. Get over here. Get over here. I'm not done with you yet. This is the reason why. See, this is why. Yeah, why I have this because I pray to why this. I pray to God that this guy should never direct any more movies ever again. He should stay away from movies ever again because he cannot write. He cannot direct for shit. I pray. You know, I always pray he should never. But no. And I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing his next stupid, abysmal movie, upcoming one, coming out next year, starring Dave Bautista, called Knock at the Cabin. And it also stars the guy, Rupert, what's his name, who played Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. I was like, wow, where's he gone to, you know? He's just disappeared after Harry Potter has ended, you know, for him. You know? Oh, when he comes back, next time I see him, he's in this shitty movie. And it's from frickin' M. Night. And Knock at the Cabin. Stupid title. Even my dog's barking, and she probably doesn't want me to talk about this. She hears me talking about this movie, and she doesn't want me to talk about it. This guy, I don't know how people can defend this guy. After he did Science from back in 2002, every movie he's done ever since then has been nothing but shit after shit after shit. Science I like, even though with the ending, with the whole thing, with the whole water thing, why would the aliens invade a planet where 90% of the world is water? Yeah, I get that stupid thing, I get it though. But overall, I like Science because I like Mel Gibson, I like Joaquin Phoenix, you know. Unbreakable, I enjoyed. I really did enjoy that with Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson. I did. Sixth Sense. A lot of people think this is one of his best films because that's the film that capped off his career that made over $600 million worldwide. Sixth Sense, I don't mind it. I think it's alright. But there was another one that was kind of similar to that, which was Stir Up Echoes that starred Kevin Bacon. I think I would prefer that than that, though. But even Sixth Sense, I prefer any of his movies after Signs. So probably, I can say his third best movie, you can say. So like with Signs, Unbreakable, and with Sixth Sense. After that, after Signs, back from 2002, every film he's done is nothing but shit. The Village, Lady in the Water, this abysmal, After Earth, what else? The Last Airbender, or Last Fartbender, The Visit, even old, a new one from last year. And this guy still gets jobs. This guy still gets jobs. Why? I don't know. And Split, and then Glass, which that's screwed up. Unbreakable, Glass, screw that. This guy, you know, I just did previously my review of Dead Silence, which that was a forgotten one from director James Wan. James Wan is a better, competent director than M. Night is. Yes, I'm not a fan of Aquaman or Furious 7, though, but James Wan is a better director than M. Night is. Dead Silence, which it's forgotten by for most people, but you know what? Dead Silence is a better movie than any of any of M. Night's movies. Dead Silence, or even The Conjuring, everyone would probably say is liked by a lot of people. Even better than any of M. Night's movies he's done. Malignant. I love Malignant. Malignant can beat the crap out of any of these movies. This movie particularly. Malignant, The Conjuring, Dead Silence, even Descendants, which is a thriller more than horror though. But Descendants with Kevin Bacon, that was much better than any of M. Night's movies. James Wan is a much better suspenseful director than M. Night is. The Visit, like I said, The Visit, where you have where the crazy grandparents over there from mental asylums, and the grandma's running around naked, you know, like she's a freaking road runner with a knife, scratching and clawing, and running around fast like she's a freaking road runner. Then the grandpa shoving dirty divers into kids' faces with a kid, you know, likes his rapping. Yeah, kids in their faces. Yo, that's supposed to be scary. Yeah, that's M. Night for you. That's scary for you. People, and that's one thing. Funny how all M. Night's movies, aside from the first 3 movies he's done, ones after he did afterwards, they don't act like freaking human beings in this movie. Especially this movie with Marky Mark, you know, Mark Wahlberg. I think this is with his worst performance. He doesn't act like a human being in this movie. Nobody else in this movie acts like a human being in this movie. That's the thing with M. Night, like The Village, or Lady in the Water, or whoever, especially Afterbirth, After Earth, slipped out. Didn't I meant to say that, but or Old, or anyone else in all those other movies he's done, they don't act like human beings. This one is like further cements it. Mark Wahlberg, because for the famous line he says in this movie, "What? No." I say that a lot outside when I do my reviews because that's where I get this movie from. Because it's a comedic line. It's not a serious line. It's, "What? No." And which I'm just going all over the place because, you know, just all of the whole things with Old, which that was The Visit, After Earth. Will Smith doesn't act like a human in that movie, especially with his no talent son Jaden. Last Airbender. I just gotta calm myself down because I'm just rambling all over the place because M. Night, I don't know why because it just blows my mind why this guy still gets making movies. Why the people defend this guy, I have no idea. I saw the trailer for Knock at the Cabin. Even Dave Bautista, he doesn't act like a human being in that movie either. The stupid thing where these bunch of people, these random people, like including Dave Bautista and the guy. Rupert, Ron Weasley, and these other people, they come to this cabin where these 2 husbands with their kid, we need to kill this kid. It's to save the freaking world. Because we all got this message because we have to kill your kid because it's to save the freaking world. And Dave Bautista is given that wood is acting all wood in that. It's like, even Dave Bautista can't act like a human being in that movie. As you know, the quirky stuff he plays as Drax Destroyer for the MCU, though, even still, he was acting more lively than that in his performance in that trailer in M. Night's movie, Knock at the Cabin. So I'm not even... Probably I'll assume I'll have to, you know. Because a lot of times when I say I don't want to see it, ends up doing it, rants, all that stuff. If I get paid a good amount of money, I would see that though. Or I get paid for a free ticket, I would. And even I read up, he's gonna ends up doing another movie in 2024. I mean, why is this guy still making freaking movies? Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna do it. Let's just get with the story. People know about this movie anyway. So what's the point of it? I'm sorry, but I just had to get all this out of my chest because this is how I feel about freaking M. Night. Okay. Now, the thing is, though, the concept, the idea of the movie that's a sad thing. The idea of this movie could have been interesting. Why are these people around everywhere are committing suicide? What's the explanation? Okay. Why are all these people committing all these mass suicides are happening? Okay, that's an interesting idea. But the fact is that what the whole twist of it is comes as flat out silly, laughable, stupid. And Mark Wahlberg, he plays a teacher, which I don't buy Mark Wahlberg as a teacher anyway. His wife, played by Zooey Deschanel, which I've seen her other things though, and including this TV show, the sci-fi TV show though, so their take on the Wizard of Oz called Tin Man, I think it was. It was a sci-fi TV show from back then. That was taking on a miniseries. That was taking a play of the Wizard of Oz. Had Richard Dreyfuss and Neil McDonough as the Tin Man, supposedly, and some other people though. But she was in that. John Leguizamo, he's in this. He's in this. And even Alan Ruck, from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Twister, Speed. He only has one scene as a teacher also as well. He has this one scene where he's telling all these people in the school saying it's some kind of attack or something, and that's it. You don't see him again. The whole stupid thing, just the whole twist. Everyone knows about the twist about this, where it's the freaking chemicals and it's in the plants and the trees. It's infiltrated the air and it's being carried by the wind. Like in the beginning of this movie, where you have the two women sitting on a bench, and one woman sees everyone's frozen, and why is this one woman not frozen? Why is she not acting like all strange like this? Like the woman, like her friend sitting next to her. Why is she not affected? I have no idea. Then she sees her friend taking a knit, stabbing herself in the neck. And then this construction site, this one guy is looking up and see all these other guys jumping off the roof. The whole idea, the twist of it, it's in the chemicals from the trees. It's in the air, And you see the people. You cannot outrun the freaking air. You're breathing the air as it is. You can't just hold your breath the whole freaking time. You cannot outrun the air, and you cannot outrun the freaking wind. You know they're saying you can't catch the wind. You cannot outrun the wind either. If anyone who gives M. Night the pass or defends his reputation or whatever, right? How can you not explain how silly and stupid that is? Please tell me. I'm being generously curious about it. If anyone knows about it, please leave your comments down below. I'm very curious to know your explanation. I won't harp on you who leaves the comments like those, because that's your opinion, okay? I don't judge anybody for their opinions, alright? This is my own personal opinion, and including the people who don't like this movie either. But the thing is, I can only speak for myself. It's all subjective, and everyone has their own personal opinions how they feel about M. Night, okay? If you think he's a good director, fine, okay? I won't get it, though, but that's your own opinion. So yeah, please, I'm always curious to know, okay? Just anyone that has an explanation why this whole idea, why you give it a pass, please let me know. I'm always curious to know, okay? I'm being nice and generous about it. I act no ill will to anybody who leaves comments of the opposite of what I think, right? I do, okay? So anyway, but yeah, you cannot outrun the freaking wind, All these people who think they can try to outrun the wind, you can't. And then they're on a train, like John Leguizamo, he asked Mark Wahlberg to take care of his daughter, and he goes away to get his wife. And he's in the Jeep, and the guy who's driving, really enough, the guy who's driving with John Leguizamo is Brian O'Halloran, who played Dante from Clerks. I'm like, wow, is that I can't believe that's Dante from Clerks and Clerks 2. Brian O'Halloran. He has no dialogue in this movie. He's just the guy who's just driving the Jeep. They're passing by. They see all these people they're passing by all these trees, and the people have hanged themselves. I'm like, how in the hell did all these people just take the time to hang themselves? So they had to get a whole bunch of ladders and a bunch of nooses to hang themselves from the trees. And how do you know they're not sturdy trees, that the branches might snap? You know, they fail to attempt that. Like they know about the air. They try covering up shut off the air conditioning off. Oh, but there's a small hole because it's a convertible Jeep, right? There's a small hole in the freaking thing, and it got to them, and the Brian O'Halloran crashes the Jeep. John Leguizamo, he makes it out though, but he's been infected, so he just slits his wrist from a piece of glass. Where I was like, wow, waste of a good actor, waste of John Leguizamo. And he even doesn't, and it was like I said, the acting, people don't act like human beings in this movie, like Mark Wahlberg does, and neither does Zooey Deschanel. Even John Leguizamo, he was like off kilter with his acting in this movie. And it's like, because I like John Leguizamo, I liked him in a lot of movies. I even liked him in the Super Mario Bros. Movie with Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper. And yes, which I have not reviewed that movie, but I will review it sometime though. As bad as people think make it out to be, and people hate that movie or whatever, I will say this. I will say this with a straight face. Super Mario Brothers, the movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo and Dennis Hopper, is better than any of M. Night's movies. Not the first three movies, not Sixth Sense or Signs or Unbreakable. No, the ones afterwards I'm talking about. Super Mario Brothers is a better movie than any of M. Night's movies he's done. I'm saying with a straight face. Because I like John Leguizamo. He was wasted in this. I liked him better when he played Luigi in Super Mario Brothers. As camp, people say this is freaking. This is campy on purpose. They say there was like a nod to Ed Wood and all that stuff. No, bunch of baloney. That's what M. Night is. He is full of bunch of baloney. See, this is a game. I'm getting myself all worked up because I knew this was gonna be a very big rant because I was dreading on reviewing this movie because I haven't seen this film in so long and I just never wanted to see it again. But you know what? It's Halloween month. You know, I figured I'd just get this out of the way. That way I'll have to never watch this movie ever again. And you guys can just continue watching this rant on for shits and giggles. You know, probably see me go off balance on this movie. Because that's the fun part of doing rants, because you get to act over the top on purpose, but also expressing how the way you truly feel, like I am. So what else? So Mark is with his wife, John Leguizamo's daughter, and these two kids. One of them is actually played by Spencer Breslin, you know, who was the elf in the Santa Claus 2 and 3. He was also in the Cat in the Hat movie with Mike Myers. Conrad was the character's name. He played in Cat in the Hat. Yeah, he's in this as one of the kids. Is with Marky Mark. What else? Oh, I forgot to mention on the train. Like I said, how people don't act like human beings in this movie. When the train stops and they get off the train, right? Mark Wahlberg, just his dialogue is so inhuman when he talks. Like when he's talking to one of the conductors on the train, he's like, "We lost contact." And he's like, "What with who?" Everyone. Like everyone in this movie doesn't talk like a normal human being in this movie. Like pretty much most of M. Night's movies, they don't. We lost contact with who? What with who? Everyone. Great, now my freaking other knee's doing it now. So they're walking along. They come across this other group of people. One freaking guy, this one couple. The guy keeps on talking about freaking hot dogs. God damn it! Freaking hot dogs. Do you want a hot dog? I'm losing my mind on this movie. When I come across to say this, it makes me want to lose my freaking mind. Yes, you want a hot dog. You know what? To you, dude, you love your hot dog so much, why don't you just shove them up your ass then? How about that? I mean, to me, I can't say that, because that's disrespectful to hot dogs in general, because I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs. I love chili dogs. I love regular hot dogs, you know? I like chili cheese dogs. So that's just an insult to hot dogs in general to me. But then there's but they get away from that one group, and this one group that the guy with the hot dogs is the guy talks about hot dogs. This one guy's a soldier. They all get infected. The one soldier says, "What is he says? Cheese and crackers." Jesus Christ, these lines. So he says cheese and crackers. Then he's infected. He takes his gun, shoots himself, and one after the other, the people are infected. They take the gun, they shoot themselves with it. We don't see that one couple that talk about the hot dog couple, whatever. They don't see them die. You see them holding their hands, and that's it. And then Mark, his group, they come across this one house. It's boarded up. They want to get in, and then in a dark moment, right? Because this movie is a comedy, not a thriller or horror, or whatever. It's a comedy, even though it was never intentional to be comedy or funny, whatever. But you get this dark moment where Spencer Breslin and this one kid is with them. First, Spencer Breslin, he gets shot in the chest with a shotgun, and then the one other kid, he gets shot in the head. And that was a very dark moment. And then you cut to like the next scene after that, you get these two old women in the house watching TV on the news, and they're wearing freaking gas masks, knitting. So you get this freaking dark moment where these two kids, like teenagers, get shot, right? Dead. And then you cut to the freaking funny two old ladies that are knitting in their homes, watching the news, and they're wearing gas masks. I don't give a fuck if that gets scratched. I don't give a shit about it. I don't give a fuck if this gets scratched. I don't give a shit about it. There's a reason why this film has a 5.0 on IMDb. This should be even lower. There's a reason why this has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. This should be freaking lower. And the thing is, Roger Ebert, it boggles me. Roger Ebert, he gave this film 3 stars. 3 stars. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Roger Ebert awarded this movie 3 stars. Found it oddly touching. Oddly touching. What was so freaking touching about this freaking movie? Oh, because another laughable death, is where they see it come across in a field where a guy just lays there and is waiting to get his ass mowed over by a freaking giant ass lawnmower. Oh yeah, that's oddly touching. Roger Ebert, may rest in peace. I agree with some of your with your reviews, but then again, I disagree with a lot of what you say on films. Okay, but he says oddly touching. What else? It has no doubt too thoughtful for the summer action season, but I appreciate the quietly realistic way Shyamalan finds to tell a story about the possible death of man. Quietly realistic way. Realistic. No, what's unrealistic is that people don't act like humans in this movie. They don't act realistic in this movie at all. talk about the death of man. People don't act realistic in this movie at all. I just don't get it. And even Stephen King, because this was produced by Fox, right? 20th Century Fox. I'm not calling it studios, okay? It's still Fox. Stupid, all right? It says of Fox's 2 summer creep shows, the other being the X-Files I Want to Believe, give the edge to The Happening. Partly because M. Night really understands fear. Partly because this time he's completely let himself go, hence the R rating. And partly because after Lady in the Water, he had something to prove. Yeah, Lady in the Water, that was such a masterpiece. Such a masterpiece, yeah. Did I mention Lady in the Water before? Because I said I mentioned The Village. No, I didn't mention it. Lady in the Water is another one I forgot to mention. I think this film was completely dropped. I think I did mention at the start of this video. I did mention Lady in the Water. This film was really fucked my brain up so much. Stephen King, also, you're full of shit. Okay, I'm sorry, Wesley. Roger Ebert, may he rest in peace. Like I said, I agree with your reviews and stuff like that. Don't. But in this case, you're full of shit. It's not oddly touching or realistic way. Okay, and Stephen King, you're full of shit as well. Okay. And that's another one he mentions. The X-Files I Want to Believe. Okay, yeah, the shitty X-Files sequel that I did not like. Yeah, I want to believe. I don't want to believe that film does not exist, and I want to believe that this film does not exist. But he can't because it exists anyway, so I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, that's another great charm. The X-Files I Want to Believe. Stephen King. Yeah, it gives an edge and really understands fear. He understands. Stephen King, I don't know what you shit on your own movie, Maximum Overdrive. Which I'm sorry, Maximum Overdrive is far better than any new film that M. Night has done. Okay, which you hate your own movie. Which I'm sorry, you're full of shit too because you made a fun movie. We have trucks running people over, a steamroller squashing kids, flattening kids, kick-ass soundtrack by AC/DC, Emilio Estevez being badass. Sorry, and fun bazooka action as well. And then you hate on The Shining as well, which I'm sorry, to me that's a classic. I love The Shining. I know it's your own opinion. I know that, but to me, in my case, when you hate on movies like those and you give like shitty films like X-Files, I Want to Believe, and this film a pass. Once again, you're full of shit, and let alone you're a bunch of full of baloney. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, moving. This film, it really just fried my brain so freaking much. I'm just keep on going on and on. The people already know about the movie already, so why bother? But anyway, keeping on going. Then they get to this old lady's house, who is a complete bitch anyway. She doesn't want him to stay there. But then eventually she gets infected. She starts banging. She's outside. She's banging her head against the wall, against the window glass, and then Zooey and Mark, they're separated. One's in a shed, one's still in the house. And then, stupid. I just don't know where to go with this. I just really don't know where to go with this because with freaking Mark Wahlberg, he's talking to a freaking plant as if it was actually a real living thing. He's talking to a freaking plant. What? No. And then he's like, oh, I'm talking to a plastic plant. This is by far his worst performance I've seen him in. I mean, I'm not big on Mark Wahlberg anyway, but there has been quite a few films I liked him in, though. Like Pain and Gain, The Other Guys. There was another film I liked him in, I forget, though, but... Fear, one of his early roles when he was younger, where he was actually the bad guy, and William Peterson from CSI just throws his ass out the window. I actually liked him in Fear. but overall, I'm not really a big Mark Wahlberg fan though. But this is easily his worst performance. He doesn't talk. He doesn't act like a human in this movie. And then by the end, we're just gonna end up killing themselves. Like, he wants to be with, since they're both on the other side, they're just gonna walk out so they can be together before they die. Which makes me think, okay, you wanna be together in death, that's fine. But the thing is though, you're leaving John Leguizamo's daughter all by herself then. You're leaving her all by herself with no one else to take care of her. Oh, but there been coincidence. As soon as they step out there, it stopped. By coincidence, it freaking stopped, and they're totally fine. And then, cut to all back in France, it's starting all over again. Oh my god! Come here, you. You think I forgot about it? I'm not done with you freaking yet. I'm not done with your ass yet. Get the frick in there. So, this film is a great. Hey, if you want to watch this film as a comedy, go ahead. It's a fantastic, hilarious comedy. Even though it was never intentional, even though it's R-rated for all the disturbing things you can see in this movie about mass suicides. Hey, it's a great comedy for you to watch. Though that was never the intention. Like I said, the concept of the idea is interesting, but the thing is though, when you put it in the hands of M. Night, no, Everyone is horrible in this movie. Mark Wahlberg, like I said, is his worst performance. Zooey Deschanel, everyone in this movie does not act like a human being. Like a lot of the human beings in other M. Night movies, they don't act like that either. Zooey Deschanel, she's wooden as well, dull-eyed, blank face. Like I said, Mark Wahlberg, what? No. Waste of John Leguizamo. Alan Ruck, he's one scene he disappears. Brian O'Halloran from Clerks, no dialogue at all. It just drives the Jeep and he just crashes. All the hilarious things, because why is that one woman at the beginning? Why is she not infected? Why everyone else is standing frozen still? Why? No explanation. Oh, just the tragic, dark death of two kids getting killed with a shotgun. But yeah, we cut to two old ladies wearing freaking gas masks and they're in their homes knitting, watching TV. And then one guy freaking talking about freaking hot dogs, and one soldier before he dies he's saying, "Oh, cheese and crackers," and just, oh my freaking god! I swear my brain is literally fried right now. This makes me want to be driven to suicide, but not by the freaking air, but just by freaking the insanity of this movie. Oh, here's another idiot. Here's another idiot on the back of this from Seattle Post Intelligence. Daring, refreshing, and scary. Scary. Refreshing. No, what's more refreshing, I would say, is Malignant. That was more refreshing and more unique from director James Wan. Like I said before, James Wan is a twice better director than freaking M. Night is. Like I said, I like The Conjuring 1 and 2. I love Malignant. I like Dead Silence, which I just did previously. Dead Silence is better than this movie or any other one. Okay, though I like better. It's better the whole deal with a ghost, a ghost ventriloquist. When he kills you if you scream, he turns into freaking ventriloquist dummies. And a better oh yeah, I forgot to mention the score by James Newton Howard. Who did scores for The Fugitive and Space Jam. Forgettable score, sadly, by James Newton Howard. Sadly, it was a forgettable score. Well, I love the scores to The Fugitive and Space Jam, but to him, this score was very weak and forgettable in this movie. What else? There's something I mentioned, but I forgot. I got sidetracked by the score. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was mentioning Dead Silence. The score by Charlie Hauser. Charlie Clouser, sorry. The score in Dead Silence was much better, especially the opening, during the title sequence, the credits, and the opening of that. The opening title of the music of that in Dead Silence was better than any score in this movie. I'm sorry. Again, that's my thing. James Wan and Lee Winnell, they hate their own movie on Dead Silence. Like I said, I disagree. To me, it's their weakest movies was Aquaman and Furious 7. Well, Lee Winnell did not write Aquaman and Furious 7 though, but James Wan directed them though. But Lee Winnell, he wrote on Dead Silence and the Saw movies and all that stuff though. But Lee Winnell and James Wan, I'm sorry, I disagree. Like I said, Dead Silence, I thought you made a good ghost story. I'm sorry. I don't think it's not as bad as you make it out to be. No. These are bad movies from frickin' M. Night. The Village, Lady in the Water, this movie, After Earth, The Last Fartbender, Old. Yeah, I'm getting too old for this shit. The Visit. How is this guy still getting movies? I have no idea. And I already know that Knock on the Cabin is already going to be shit anyway. I already know that. Knock on the Cabin. Kill this girl to save the world. Everyone is horrible in this movie. The score is forgettable. M. Night should never, as I said, he doesn't direct his actors act like human beings in the movie. They don't talk like human beings at all, okay? He should not be able to write again. He should not be able to direct again. He should not make any more movies ever again. But no, he's got Knock on the Cabin, and then he's got another movie he said he's set to direct in 2024. How does this guy still get jobs? How can people defend him or keep on giving him the pass with silly, stupid shit like this? And all the other ones he's done in the past, even from last year. But no, because his movies keep on making money. That's the thing. As long as his movies keep on making money, he'll still continue to make movies. Because last year, Old, that was a hit. It made like 90-some million worldwide. The Visit did. Glass did. Yeah, I can't remember mentioning. Yeah, Split and Glass. I can't remember mentioning this. Jeez. Like I said, I liked Signs. I liked Unbreakable. Sixth Sense I can deal with. Okay, so basically the first three films he did were fine. Like I said, I can deal with Sixth Sense. It's all right. But the thing is, though, after Signs, everything he did after Signs is nothing but shit after shit after shit. To me, he is one of the worst directors of all time on my list. He is in my top 5 worst directors of all time. God, this film literally did fry my brain. Like I said, with this film, it really has driven me to suicide. From insanity of the movie. That's what it's done. So yeah, I don't know what more I can say on The Happening. I don't know what more I can say. It's a great comedy, even though it wasn't never intended to be. If you like watching bad acting, silly, stupid shit, silly dialogue, is like you cannot outrun the air, you cannot outrun the wind, okay? You know, they say you can't catch the air or you can't catch the wind. You can't do either of that. You cannot outrun it. Freaking plants in these trees. Psst. Mark while we're talking to a freaking plant. Oh, it's a plastic plant. I don't know what I can say about this movie. I'm done because I don't want to go on an hour on this movie. This was a big rant. I'm telling you, After Earth, I had to mention, yeah. After Earth, Last Airbender, Lady in the Water, Village, Visit, Old, Glass, Split. This movie. So anyway, like I said, that's why I pray to God he should never direct any movies again, but that's not going to happen. He's got Knock on the Cabin, he's got another movie in 2024, which I read up. And Stephen King, you're full of shit. Roger Ebert, I'm sorry, may you rest in peace. But I'm saying I think you're full of shit on this. Everyone's full of baloney. They're both full of phony baloney. And like I said, not to anyone. If you like this movie, like it's so good it's bad, or so bad it's good, whatever. Like I said, you can like whatever you want. I will not get it. I respect your opinions. I just will not get it. I will not understand it though. But I respectfully will respect your opinions. If you like this movie, fine. If you're curious about, please leave your comments down below. Like I said, I am very curious to see why you think this movie is a good movie. Like I said, I hold no ill will towards anyone who likes this movie. I don't. I'm always curious. So leave your comments down below, and I'll be sure to look at them and just okay. If you like that, or you think it's good, or whatever it is, that's fine. But to me, this is abysmal. It's an abomination. It's a piece of shit. It's just insanely terrible. Like, this film has driven me insane. That's where it goes. Right in the freaking garbage. That way I'll never have to watch this movie ever again. Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to be driven insane to the point that I'll just jump off the freaking roof like those construction workers did. But anyway, even though it's a base opinion base, I'm going over the top on purpose because it's fun to do. But the thing is, though, at the same time, it's how I express my true feelings for this movie. Blow my brains out too. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video. Later. But one more thing, fuck M. Night. Never direct any more movies ever again.